First thing is I'm very excited that you're all here. Just so you know, the whole point of the State of the Lakes is to update you on who's doing what about the water quality issue, which is basically that green stuff in the water that we all love late in the summer. I'm being facetious. So basically, I want you to know, long story short, recently there's a lot more who's doing a lot more what's. So it's really good news, and great things are finally happening. So I'm really excited. We're going to have some great speakers who will speak to that. My name is Karen Knotek. I'm a proud member of the 14-Mile Watershed Alliance. We're just a group of regular folks, just like you guys, and we do what we can to restore and protect the watershed. And we do the whole watershed, just so everybody knows, not just these beautiful lakes, but we do everything. And it's not we're doing it, we're working with a lot of great partners to do that. There's a map in the corner in the back, behind you on this side, that has a few maps of the watershed, so you can figure out where you are in the watershed, if you want to do that. And I just wanted to let you know how I got involved. So many years ago, before I got involved, I used to, I guess I figured that someone else was trying to fix the watershed. So I was just waiting for that someone else to get it done. And what I ended up finding out is there isn't a lot of someone else's. And if there is a someone else, they're not doing it fast enough. So I lost my pet about 6 years ago because of blue-green algae. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's a toxic algae that floats in the water. It's actually an organism, it's not a plant. But anyways, it can kill, and it killed my pet. So that's when I decided I wanted to be a someone else. So now that I'm a someone else, I searched out and found a lot of other someone else's, and they ended up being all the people on the 14-Mile Watershed Alliance. And they're a great group of someone else's, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce them because they do tons of work on your behalf every year. And it's been in existence for like 5 or 6 years. So when I talk about the person, if you could just wave your arms or do something so we know you're here or who you are, that'd be great. The first person is Dave Trudeau. He's over here. He is the guy who does Healthy Lakes. That's why he's at that booth. And basically, he knows more about plants and soil and all that than anybody I know. And he's actually been on a lot of groups in this area. So you probably know Dave by now. Another one of our members is Phil Rockenbach. He's in the back with the red shirt. Phil is the most organized person I've ever known. And we could not do what we do without Phil, because I'm not organized. So we need a Phil. And he's actually one of the most positive people and hardworking people I've ever worked with. Then there's Bob Benkowski. He could not be here today, but he is, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's probably one of the most charismatic people I've ever known. He got a lot of the door prizes and silent auction items on these tables over here. So he's done a lot of work for our committee. Jerry Wiesinger is another gentleman who couldn't be here today. He's involved in everything and knows everyone in this area. So if no one else can do it, we go to Jerry. He's the one who can do it. Dave Coiler is one of our newer members. Dave, I don't know where you are. Oh, he's back on our table. Dave is new to our group, but he is one of the most energetic people I've ever known. He has done so much for us, so I will never let him leave our group. He's just amazing. And he's probably one of the happiest people I've ever known. Yep, Dave?
You mentioned that Dave is really the lead now on doing the in-stream testing.
That's true. I didn't even mention that about Phil. Phil and Dave both do our water testing on all of our lakes. Because without data, you don't know what's going on in the lake. So they're the two guys who spend countless hours going out there and testing. So a big thanks to those guys. Gus Mancuso is another one of our members. I have to tell you, he's one of the best listeners. Oh, he's over there. There he is, in the black. He's one of the best listeners that I've ever met. He's actually taught me how to listen better. And that makes complete sense because he's a retired educator. So some of the people who couldn't be here, Don Easted, who usually does this and probably does a much better job than I'll ever do. Don Easted was literally the guy with the idea. He's the guy who came up with the idea to have a citizen-led group like ours that would help with the water quality issues. So if you see Don, if you know who he is, say thanks. Barb Perrine is another one of our group members who couldn't be here. She is not only a master gardener, but she's the master of everything. The woman knows everything. So right now she's in, I think, the Appalachian Trail hiking. So I'm hoping she's having fun. I'd also like to thank our Better Calves. So all of us have partners who help us with all of these events, and a lot of them are here today. So that would be Al, Jess, Pam, Lynn, and Marianne. We really want to thank you guys for being here and always helping out and sharing us to do all that we do here. So basically, none of us has any special talents. We're just a bunch of people who got together and decided we wanted to make a difference. Our goal was to prove that we can fix this issue and still find time to relax and enjoy the lakes. So we would really love it if some of you sitting here today would just join us, just be part of the group, because we can use new ideas from different people. So there's sign-up sheets everywhere. If you want to be a volunteer, please let us know. We would love to have you. And we want to thank a lot of the co-sponsors who helped us with this event. So one of the co-sponsors is the town of Rome, which is basically all of you, the people who live in Rome. Another sponsor is Tri-Lakes Management District. They're right over here. And on top of the board members, who we thank so much for all of their hard work, again, that's you. So the other people are Rome Realty. That's probably not all of you. I'm sure you all don't work at Rome. Then we have Wisconsin Potato and Vegetable Growers Association. I want you to take a moment to check out all the posters over there with all the people who donated prizes or silent auction items. There's some really great items at the silent auction. We hope you go over there and look at them, to bid on them. We have some great local artists. We have some great foursomes and other phenomenal items that we'd love you to bid on. Remember, all of the proceeds go to our group, which is really helping everybody here. So I also want to let you know, oh, and keep your tickets. I want to make sure everybody keeps their tickets. When you go through the lunch line, don't give them up. Those tickets will be used for the door prizes later on, so make sure you keep them. There's an event schedule in the back. So if you have any, if you want to know when things were coming up, please go to the event schedule. I can tell you the highlights of it. First thing is the speeches. So that's what we're doing here. I'm starting it off. The next thing at 1 o'clock is going to be lunch. We're going to have pulled pork, potato salad, baked beans, and of course, potato chips, and a dessert. So we're going to have that for lunch. Lake Sherwood Lodge catered this event. We're so thankful to them. Quick Trip provided and donated all the drinks, so thank you to them, our new neighbors. The Wisconsin Potato and Vegetable Growers gave the potato chips. Kind of makes sense. Party Time Cakes, they gave us the brownies. They provided the brownies. Now, if there's a long line in the lunch line, and I'm guessing there's going to be a pretty good line, I wanted to remind all of you to go to the exhibits over here. A lot of great people to talk to, learn a lot of information, get a lot of pamphlets and stuff to take with you. The other thing you can do is there's a rainfall simulator outside the door over here. Make sure you go over there. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal presentation. It shows you how rainfall affects our soil and, of course, then us, and how it runs off into the lakes and so forth and so on. I can't explain it, they will. That's from the United States Department of Agriculture. They're the ones who do that, so please make time to do that. And then, of course, the big part of the event schedule that everybody's looking forward to is 1:30 when we announce the door prizes and the silent auction winners. So make sure you keep your tickets again. And now I'm going to let you know who's going to be speaking today. Luckily, it's not just me. There's going to be two other speakers. It's Kyle Kettner. Can't miss Kyle. Kind of tall. So he is the new Adams County Watershed Coordinator. Actually, we helped develop the 9 element plan, which he's going to talk about today. So he's here kind of because of us. So we're really proud of him. He's phenomenal. He has that rare combination of being funny and he knows a lot. He actually does know a lot. So he's just an amazing guy. You're going to love his talk. The other talk is from Wes Meadow. He's from Heartland Farms. I actually just met him today, so unfortunately I don't know him as well as I know Kyle. They have won awards for farming sustainability, and they're going to give you a presentation today about how they're doing things to protect our water. So they're an incredibly important partner that we have in the watershed, and we're so happy that they're here today. And then of course Dave Trudeau, one of our members, actually our fearless leader, he is going to give a really important talk about healthy lakes. And I don't know if you know what that is, but basically it's shoreline native plantings. And it's really one of the greatest tools we have to solving all of the problems we have with our water. So he's going to give us a great talk on that. He actually convinced me, he's a really good salesman, to do 4 of those projects. So I'm extremely excited about them, so I'm really glad about that. But I'm going to come back later, kind of go through all the door prize and silent auction later. But right for now, I'm going to give it to Kyle, so take it away, Kyle.
All right.
Thank you very much.